Right, hello and welcome to another episode of Fostering Weekly. I'm here with Amy again, and she's going to brief us this week on specifically respite caring. Now, that's obviously one of the attributes to being a foster carer. You can take the plunge and go the whole hog and have 1, 2, 3 or 4 children, or if you're time limited, short, you have a little bit more of a busy lifestyle household and you still want to obviously take advantage of being a foster carer and helping in that way, you can be a respite carer. So Ames, please tell us, introduce yourself first, and then tell us a little bit more about respite caring.
Hi, I'm Amy. I've been a foster carer for 11 years now, long term, so I've got 3 in placement long term. So basically, regarding the respite carers, now sometimes you haven't always got the time, or maybe you want to start off fostering, but you don't want to go to full throttle and go into have children in placement all the time. So you might want to basically do respite carers, which is basically providing respite short breaks for birth families and foster carers, looking after their children for maybe the weekend or 1 and 2 nights, maybe a week. So you still, the same process still goes ahead. So you obviously, to be approved as a foster carer, respite carer, you have to still go through the process. You have to have your Form F, have a supervised social worker. So, but rather than being approved for children, children to be placed for you, permanent, or short term, you're approved for respite carers to be a respite carer.
Okay, I understand. That's great. Now, say for example, you find yourself in a situation where you've been respite caring for maybe a year, and maybe your circumstances have changed, or maybe you feel that you can take on that bit more responsibility. So how do you go about that? Is there a transition? Is there a process for that? Or
I believe that you would, if you decided that you after being a respite carer for so long and wanted to be a long term, or to be a proper full-time foster carer, I believe you'd probably speak to your supervised social worker about this, because obviously you're already approved as a foster carer, so it should be quite simple. You should be able to just be approved. I'm not sure how it works. Maybe you probably have to go back to panel and obviously speak to them about it, and they've got to approve you.
So maybe your circumstances have changed, that you've got more space, you've got a little room available, you've got more time on your hands, and so that would then lead for you to be able to be a respite carer. But Ames, tell me also in terms of pay and potentially, the child coming to a respite carer. I mean, how does that work?
So when it's arranged that a child's going to come through to respite, obviously your supervised social worker might have said to you, could you look after this child for maybe a weekend, and they'd obviously give you the details about the child, give you the likes and dislikes about the child, any routines. So basically your supervised social workers will speak to the child's carers to get all the information for you, their likes and dislikes. Sort of an overall form that they fill in about the child, about any routines, maybe their background, obviously, so you can get an idea of the child. You might give you a brief background on the child, just to make you aware of certain things, just so you have it there. So you can keep an eye out for certain things. Yeah. Regarding pay, obviously, once it's agreed that the child will come for you for this respite, the supervised social worker again would speak to the payments team to make sure that you'll have payment code going through to your bank on payment day. I'm not sure how much it is, to be honest with you, but it will be. It
varies. I can imagine from
county or different age of the child. Obviously, you wouldn't be having the clothing allowance if the child is with you for two nights, but you would definitely get an allowance of some kind.
Excellent. Okay, so that was just a brief account of you potentially becoming a respite carer. If you haven't got the time or the space potentially to be a full-time carer, taking on sort of children 1, 2, 3 or 4, you can just be a respite carer. So hopefully that helps sort of answer some of your questions. We are going to obviously do a little bit more videos, or a few more videos on fostering in general. So please join us again next week where we'll be covering other aspects of fostering, and hopefully you'll be able to join us. Thank you.